Hello, this is Kevin Sharp from Newspaper and Education, and I've been surfing through Wednesday's e-edition of the Dallas Morning News, February 25th, 2009. If you turn to Sports Day, as part of Black History Month, there's a special story about the historical achievements of African Americans in the National Football League. As the article points out in its headlines, pro football's African American pioneers produced many milestones, fewer memories. The story describes the paradox between the historical significance and notoriety African American baseball players achieved while they integrated baseball, while football's achievements didn't seem to have produced such legendary figures. As the story points out in its first few paragraphs, the history of Jackie Robinson's struggle to integrate Major League Baseball is told in a library full of books and a multiplex worth of movies and documentaries detailing its impact on the sport and American culture. The story of NFL's African American pioneers, however, remains largely forgotten. The article continues with some very interesting facts and surprising history. Did you know, for example, that the NFL actually started off integrated, but it wouldn't be reintegrated until after a 13-year informal ban on African American players? If you turn to page 10C inside Sports Day, you'll see that there's a double truck spread about this topic. Take a look at the timeline that tracks the history of the integration into the NFL. You can develop a significant number of comprehension questions that require students to explore the timeline in order to find the answers. They'll need to analyze and decipher the graphic organization of historical facts and details as it's arranged in chronological order. And don't forget, gleaning information from timelines, that's a significant TEKS objective. Now, you can develop some simple fact-based questions such as, who was the first black quarterback to take a snap in an official NFL game? Or you can craft a higher level, more analytical question that incorporates another subject. Let's take, for example, math. Here's a question. How many years did it take since the first official NFL season in 1920 before an African American quarterback officially took a snap in an NFL game? Or here's another question using the timeline. And what came first? An African American is elected into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, or an African American referees an official NFL game? Keep this in mind. As you can see from this timeline, there are a lot of developments that actually occurred during your student's life. This topic, it really encapsulates the concept that history happens all the time, even in your student's lifetime. Ask them to find the developments in the history that they may have actually witnessed after they were born. I hope you found this preview helpful and it gets you thinking about even more engaging ways to get your students excited about learning using the e-edition of the Dallas Morning News. Thanks for all that you do. Goodbye.